I had never thought I was going to be a professor. I never thought anybody would take me seriously as a professor. But as a journalist, I knew since I was 5 years old. And then when I started adjuncting, there was a magic there when a student comes to you with a story and they're excited about it, and it reminded me of what I felt like at the beginning. So I think when I made the transition from full-time journalist to full-time professor, assistant teaching professor, teaching journalism, it was like a natural fit for just what I love to do. I would say I'm good at it because it's something I legitimately love doing. Prison Journalism Project is my nonprofit that I founded. If I had not come to Penn State, I don't think it would have gotten off the ground the way it did. This was an idea that I had in my previous, 20 years after my best friend went to prison. And I really didn't start pursuing it until I got to UMass Amherst and I started teaching inside prisons. But as an organization, I hadn't really thought that I would ever be, the founder of a national nonprofit. And Penn State, when I arrived, they said, how can we support you? And we now went from an all-volunteer organization to, running a real nonprofit with employees and health benefits and actual impact awards, all of that. And that's been over the last 3 years. I have children with special needs. I have 3 kids, 2 of them have autism, and one of them is here at Penn State doing phenomenal. But that requires a lot of juggling. It requires a lot of juggling and support and trying to figure out how to balance not only their needs but the needs of my other son who is not on the spectrum, as well as how do I manage my nonprofit? How do I manage my classes? How do I manage, I've been married for 22 years. How do I manage that relationship? And having a life as well and having some semblance of a social life. So I think it really just comes down to giving myself permission to not be perfect at everything, which is something I didn't do for a very, very long time. And I think just started learning how to do that over the last maybe 10 years. I really, for the first time in my life, I feel like I have a professional and personal home. This is the first time that I was like, you know what, I could grow here. I could, I bought a house, I could do this work at Penn State, and I could continue to grow with the university. So I really feel fortunate. It just really feels like a family place for me now.